Hello YouTube. You are back on the Real Destructicus channel with the Tactus Skull. Yeah, alright. So, I got something new here, and I'm just gonna tell you about it. I'm pretty disappointed actually, but we'll figure out why. So, I bought a United Cutlery undercover Karambit. Now, it was $12 on TrueSwords.com plus shipping and handling, but I was buying some other stuff anyways, so I didn't care too much about that. My local knife shop, the only one that we have here now, the other one's closed, selling the exact same brand, exact same model for $30. And yeah, I hate that shop. But anyways, a little bit about this knife, and then I'll tell you why not to buy it. So, it has 2 finger holes. Wow, interesting. The Karambit blade. It's all steel. Looks like it was forged, not stamped. It has good chimping right here, and also right here for your ice pick grip. It says, and looks like in the pictures, that this back edge is sharp, but it's not. It's a false edge. I have fixed that to an extent. A lot of people say the inside edge here is sharp when it comes. They are liars. They obviously don't know what a sharp knife is. The point's decently sharp. The metal's kind of thick there, so that makes it harder to sharpen. The knife, for a Karambit, this knife isn't bad. Now, what I have problems with are the Karambits themselves, the design in general. And why is that? Well, this inside curve here, which I thought this was going to be a problem when I got it, but I still thought it would be interesting. This inside edge here is hard as hell to sharpen. Okay. It didn't help that they had a bad factory edge on it, bad factory angle, but I fixed that. It's still hard to sharpen because inside curves are hard to sharpen. Always. Your best bet is to use a small diameter stone, preferably round, and that'll help better. You'll never be able to do it on a wide flat stone. It'll take you forever. Before I rant about how bad this is, I'm going to talk about some of the modifications I've did to it. So I did sharpen the back edge. Not as sharp as I'd like yet, but I'm getting there. There's a lot of metal to take off. Using a file. I don't use Dremel tools on my knives. It overheats the steel. As well, see, when you hold it like this, it says to hold it, put your thumb right here, and that kind of makes you angle your hand out like that, and it feels really weird. So you feel like you want to put it here, and it feels a little better. But there's no jimping there. So I took a file. I don't know if you can see that on my piece of shit camera. I took a file. It's not the best job, but I took the edge of. Let me find my file. Well, shit. Okay. I took the edge. I took this edge of this file and just back and forth. Didn't take that long, 5 minutes maybe, and put it in there, and it feels a lot better. It doesn't look the best, but it feels better. Okay, so back to the horrible blade. The blade shape makes it hard to sharpen and makes it an inefficient cutting tool. And just like I need to fix my light. I might edit this part out. I don't know. Is that better? I hope it's better. Okay. So, it's horrible because of the angle of the curve. At best, I'm being generous here. The cutting edge. At best, your cutting surface is about from there to the point. And I'm being generous to this knife. Realistically, it's probably more about here to the point. That's your entire cutting surface. Back here, worthless. And that's the easiest part to sharp. As you get up there, it's harder to sharp. Like, I've done some test cutting. I'm not going to do any right now. If you don't believe me, buy it. Figure out for yourself. I don't really care. This back edge, I mean, I've sharpened it, but it's not that sharp. Like, I'm pressing pretty hard. You can hear it flick off the end of the blade. I hope you guys can. I'm pressing in pretty hard. I would not do that with this edge. I won't, because I'll cut myself. But when I do cut tests, this back edge cuts quite a bit better than this inside edge, because you're only having this top part. And because of the curve, when it hooks into something, it'll hook in and then pop out, and then hook in and pop out, and it does that jump tear kind of stitching cut, and it's just horrible. If you plan on like picking at people, it works, but if you want a slashing knife, a stabbing knife, do not go with this knife. If you want a Karambit for like second type of cool, as Nothing Fancy puts it, then do it. You know, if you want it to look cool, hang on your wall, show your friends, whatever. Alright, $12, you can't beat that. But as far as practical use, it sucks. I would never carry this in a million years for practical use. It won't defend you well. It's hard to cut rope, whatever, packaging. You know, any pocket knife would do better. I would rather have a $5 dull piece of crap pocket knife for my defense than this knife. Or any Karambit for that matter, okay? Karambits suck. They are worthless and hyped up by martial arts people, and I could go into martial arts people all day long. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't feel like having all the angry comments either. But yeah, just stay away from this knife if you want it. For not just this knife, any Karambit, if you want a practical knife to use. Okay?